Well, hello everybody. It's Friday, and traditionally on Fridays I tried to shave with new things that I had acquired, and I got some vintage shaving cream off eBay, which I was looking forward to using. It's from the 1920s or 1930s, but I'll show you in a minute why that's not going to work out. And I also received on eBay a razor that's exactly the same kind that John F. Kennedy used. And I was going to show you that today, but subsequently on eBay, I found JFK had a shaving kit that he left in England because his dad was the ambassador. This was back in the 1920s. And I guess he used it for a while, but he left it, he forgot it in England, and now there's pictures of it online. I'll show you. I found a kit that is the exact same thing as JFK's without the fancy monograms on it. So I'm not going to show you the JFK razor that I have right here because that was here it is in its little container, because I'm waiting on the full kit, which has a brush and two blade bank holders and like a little tube for powder, I guess, and the razor itself and the case. But this is what the case looks like. This one is from 1928. It's a Gillette. I'll just show you. There you go. That's what it looks like. 1928 razor. I actually shaved with this a couple of times this week. That's a good razor. That's a really good razor, but I think I'm not gonna hold on to this one because I'm getting a full giant case of stuff with a razor that looks like it's never been used. This one has been well used and well loved, but I think I'm gonna sell it. Anyway, okay, so let me tell you about the vintage shaving cream that I bought. And I bought it for like $8 on eBay. It is is a brand called Brisk, and I got two of them. Unfortunately, they're both in the same condition. Now, they came with the box, so that's cool. So there you go, it's Brisk, a shaving cream. And the reason I got it is because it's the Mint Julep Shave. So I'm like, oh, it's got mint in it. It's got some menthol probably. Here's the back. Oh, it's upside down. For a brisk shave. So if you want to pause it and read that. It's from the Florian Company of Detroit, Michigan. Brisk, the Mint Julep Shave. This box is full, so I won't open it right now, but I'll show you what is inside. So here's the other box. Here's what it looks like. It comes in this little tin. And like I said, this doesn't have a date, and from the best I can manage, it's from either the late 20s or the 1930s. And I found an advertisement for Brisk, which I'll show you right here. So that's the advertisement for it. And so when I got this, I was excited to try it. The seller on eBay said, it's never been opened. I don't know what the condition is. And so when I finally did pry it open, I'll show you what it looks like on the inside, if I can get it open here on camera. There we go. I've been digging around. That's what that hole is. It went bad a long time ago, and it smells like wax. It just smells like wax. I'm sure it probably had beef tallow in it. And some other natural ingredients that this was not kept well, and it just went bad over the years. I haven't tried to lather with it for obvious reasons. I'm afraid I'm going to get some weird disease from the 1930s, dropsy or neuralgia. But anyway, so unfortunately I couldn't use this. I was so excited. It doesn't smell like mint. It just smells like an old candle. And this is actually, I cleaned it up. So this looks good. I'm going to show you what the other one looks like. I'll take it out of the box so you can see when I first opened it what it looked like. I was so disappointed. I was hoping to get to use United States Printing and Lithograph Company, Cincinnati, New York, and Baltimore. That's cool. Oh no! Fell in the little Brisk thing fell in the water. That's all right. So here it is. Here's the other one. This one's in a little bit better shape on the outside, but the inside, unfortunately, is still really gross. I'll show you. This is what it looked like when I opened the other one. Oh. And there is a little brochure. Do you see that? See that? See that disgusting black stuff around there? That's what I scraped out of the other one in the sink and then I washed my hands, which I'm going to have to do thoroughly. But look at that. Isn't that disgusting? Ugh. But here, this is what's kind of cool. There's a little brochure that comes inside. I'm going to put this away so I don't get catarrh or some sort of mental brain-eating amoeba. So anyway, the other one had that same little brochure inside, and I took it out. I've got it on this piece of paper so you can see it, because it's kind of see-through. You can't really read it. It's very hard to read, but it's an advertisement for all their other products at the time. So Brisk was the Mint Julep Shave, and then they had another line of products for men. For men only. They wanted you to make sure that it was for men. They had a powder, which was, I never knew that, that powders were advertised for men. So a powder that you put on after you shave, and then it's called Smooth, and then Dash is their aftershave, and then Stip is their styptic pencil, but they actually call it a stoptic. So I've never heard of a stoptic. So it closes razor cut, stops, and then they also have Trim. So they had Brisk, Smooth, Dash, Stip, and Trim. Their whole line of products. And I haven't looked for the other ones to see if they still exist. But that was kind of cool. And that's the brochure. It is very fragile. I'm going to put it down now. Put these things away. Put them off to the side. I don't know if I should keep them or what. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take the one I've been digging in. I should probably do this for both of them, but I think I'll just leave this the way it is. I'm going to take this one that I've been digging in, and I'm going to melt the shaving cream out of it, like either using boiling water or something. I'm going to try to clean this up, and then I'm going to add my own shaving cream, shaving soap to it, so that I can use the little container once I clean it up. So I'll make some sort of custom shaving soap that I'll melt and put in here and let it solidify. Then I'll be able to use it as they would have wanted you to. Brisk. A shaving cream that went bad a long time ago. So anyway, there's the two new things, and just so I don't disappoint, let me wash my hands. Hold on, I gotta wash my hands because, like I said, I don't want to. I'm not crazy. I could try to lather that disgusting stuff up, but if I do, I'm going to ruin whatever brush I try to use. And I mean, maybe I could use one of the cheap ones I have, but there's just something about it that you don't want to kind of disturb it too much. It's like a hidden virus in the jungle, like buried within that shaving cream. So let's leave it well enough alone and go with something else new. Okay, first of all, for the razor, I'm just going to use my old Rockwell, but I have the Paul Silver, or is it Pole Silver? I was schooled, this is not poly silver blade, it is the Pole Silver, like Poland, like Polish. So I've had the Pole Silver blade in there since that video I made a couple of weeks ago now? And I've been shaving with it. I haven't changed it because a lot of people say you can get a ton of shaves out of it. So I'm using the Rockwell with the Paul Silver, which is still giving me good shaves. The West Coast Shaving synthetic brush, which I would not get near that Brisk because I love this brush. But what I'm going to use for shaving cream and aftershave is something I bought at the store and I haven't tried yet. Cremo. And the great thing about this is it's refreshing mint, both of them. So I get my Mint Julep Shave after all. Just refreshing mint instead of mint julep. So I think I used Cremo a long time ago, the shaving cream. But I'm starting to see more of their products available, like the aftershave, which I'd never seen before. So let's give it a try. I've never used the mint one. You guys know how much I love my mint shaving creams, like this one. Love it. Caffeinated, no big deal. And my aftershave, which is also mint. Love them both. So let's try the Cremo. Or is it Cremo? Cremo. Cremo? I'm going to say Cremo. Okay? You say it however you want. And as usual, I don't use a bowl. I'm going to face lather, and I'm going to put it on like you would toothpaste on a toothbrush. Just like that. You don't need to get a lot of stuff dirty if you don't want to. Put some water. I'm kind of mushing around on the ends of the brush here. Oh, it smells good already. Whew. It smells a lot better than that Brisk. Whoo, boy. So let's pretend this is the Mint Julep Shave. Now, luckily, the other vintage shaving cream I had, that Barbasol, which I'm sorry I'm not using today. Special occasion. Only I know when that special occasion occurs. That stuff still looks good. It hasn't gone rancid. Still smells like shaving cream. It's creamy like shaving cream. It was stored in a better condition. This can of Brisk reminds me of Steve 1989, who opens up old vintage MREs and old vintage C rations and K rations. Sometimes he comes across a ration from World War II that is edible and he eats the dang thing. Sometimes he finds them and they have gone so disgustingly rancid. Sometimes he eats those too. So check out Steve 1989 if you're interested in like little time capsules of military food histories. I love time capsule stuff. I love finding a thing in an antique store that has never been used, like this shaving set I'm getting. I swear it hasn't been used. It's even got like the price tag on it and the little Gillette brochure that came with it. So this is pretty good stuff so far. I'm liking it. Sorry I wasn't talking about the Cremo, but all right. Got the Rockwell going. Actually, we have this big music, media, film conference here in town called South by Southwest. And tons of companies come down and they have their promotional products and, tech companies. But for some reason, Cremo came down, the Cremo company with their Airstream trailer. And I thought, hey, I'll go check them out and see what products they have. And maybe they'll recognize me from YouTube. Maybe they'll give me some free stuff. So they didn't recognize me. Who do I think I am? Ken Surfs? No, I'm not a... They were not, I was not on their radar, but they did give me some free stuff anyway. They were very nice. So they gave me some pomade, some hair stuff. They didn't give me any shaving stuff. They gave me just a little thing of hair pomade. But it's good to be able to try this stuff. I like anything. I'm cutting back on the menthol these days. You know how it is. You can't do menthol every single time. You saw me hit my rock bottom, sprinkling just raw menthol crystals on Barbasol. That's a man crying out for help right there. That's a desperate man at the bottom of the barrel. Remember the old, was it VH1 Behind the Music, where they chronicle the rise and eventual depressing fall of famous musicians and hopefully their rebound at the end? Yeah, in my version of shaving, behind the shaving, that was my rock bottom. There was a moment when Sinatra Lennon, who used to be called the Bob Ross of shaving, was so desperate for menthol that he was sprinkling ground, pure, uncut menthol onto his own Barbasol. From there, he knew the only way he could go was up. And thus he climbed back. All right, there's the first pass. That was quick. I need to pay more attention to this. But the good thing about the Rockwell 6S, I keep forgetting which one it is. I think it's the 6S. I apologize. I almost never get nicks from that. So I can be talking, rambling, doing stupid voices, and staring into a little camera, iPhone, and not get nicks, so that's good. All right, this smells good, it feels good. It's minty. I like it. Yeah, so I don't know what soap I should use to make my new version of Brisk, the Mint Julep Shave. But it's got to have some mint in it. It's got to have some menthol in it. I do have some essential oils. Doesn't that sound fancy? I have some essential oils. I just have peppermint oil. No big deal. Oh my gosh. It's for one of those little atomizers that you put the scent in and it fills your room with not the smell of little boys and their dirty socks. I can tell my kids are getting older because they're starting to stink. If you have little boys that are, getting to be near the age of teenagers, something happens one day where a switch is flipped and they just start stinking. Oh my gosh. I remember when I was a kid, I was at my best friend's house, and my shoes, when I was probably like 13, my shoes constantly reeked. I don't even know what I was wearing back then, in the 80s. Like some Capas or Reeboks or some Vans, whatever they were, they reeked, they stunk. And I took my shoes off at my friend's house, and his mom, was commenting on the pungent odor of my teenage boy shoes. And I scrambled to come up with the dumbest lie ever to cover up the fact that I was embarrassed about my own body odor. I said, "Oh yeah, my dog pooped in the shoes." Kids, don't lie. Grown-ups can tell. Grown-ups can tell you're lying. My kids are the worst liars ever. Oh my gosh. Yeah, dog pooped in my shoes, right? Mm-hmm. Sure, kid. I'm sure she bought that, right? Yeah. All right, let's go third pass. So I saw some video footage from the Big Shave Southwest. That looked cool. They had like a lathering contest and a quick shave contest, kind of like a quick draw contest, I guess, out there in the desert. So maybe one of these days I'll get out there and meet some of my fellow YouTube shavers and other folks. I love being out in the desert. We were out in California and went out to Palm Springs, and I love being in Las Vegas. Couldn't live there in the summertime, but I love it when it cools off at night. Oh man. I bet there were some cocktails enjoyed and some cigars and pipes being smoked out there. All right, what am I doing? Oh yeah, third pass, here we go. Just get the stragglers. Get the stragglers. I was watching some YouTube videos, vintage shaving commercials like Palmolive from the 1950s. And I watched one from 1944 on how to take care of your blades. And it was a little animated razor blade who was saying, "Oh, here's, a man coming out of the store and carelessly putting his razor blade into his waistcoat pocket." And for some reason, they showed the guy just coming out of the shop just like with one razor blade that, in this little package. And I was like, is that what they did back then? They just go buy one razor blade and use it until they went and buy another one, or what? I don't know. I thought it was interesting. Talked about careless wiping of your razor blades. It's from 1944, it's one of those old-timey, very dated, very silly, but very enjoyable. YouTube is a goldmine of stuff like that. Old commercials and pretty much everything else. It's been screen-free week here at my house because the elementary school has, sign the pledge so you'll do screen-free week. So there's been no TV, no iPads, no iPhones, mostly for the kids. Mom and I, after hours, we're using our phones. But for the kids. And so in the mornings, part of the routine, you kind of wake up and you're watching some cartoons before school. So I was like, what can we do to keep the kids occupied while they're eating their breakfast? And I thought, how about we listen to some old-time radio shows? I'm one of those old-time dads that likes that. I mean, I'm not that old, but I have a real affinity for the things of the past like that. And so I found some like Little Orphan Annie radio shows and Superman and The Lone Ranger. And I was streaming those to the Alexa, and we were listening to old-time radio broadcasts. It was really cool. And the old Little Orphan Annie, if you've ever watched a Christmas Story movie, they're advertising, sending away for the decoder ring so you can get a crummy commercial from Ovaltine. Make sure to drink your Ovaltine every morning. I like doing the 1940s radio voice. But if there's not enough sugar in it, you can add some pure, healthy sugar to it. Your mom will love it if you add more sugar to your Ovaltine. Ovaltine makes you a growing boy. Anyway. All right, that's enough of that. All right. I got a tiny little nick somewhere on there, but it seems to have stopped. Once again, that Rockwell. That's a nice razor. Oh, I learned from that 1944 film that you should loosen your razor if you've got one of those butterfly razors. Don't wipe it off because it'll make the blade, get a little nicks out of it, and then just put it in your medicine cabinet, and that's done. You're done. All right, time to rinse with some cold water. Brisk, the Cremo Mint Julep Shave. Now, I actually tried that's the first time I've used the Cremo shaving cream, and it was good. Very smooth, slick. I probably could have used a little bit more. It didn't kind of lather up as much as I wanted to. I would definitely lose the lathering contest at the Big Shave Southwest. Especially if they gave me a non-synthetic brush. That would be my handicap. But I did use the aftershave, the post-shave balm from Cremo the other day, and I love it. At first I was like, whoa, because it didn't just smell like mint, like this. It almost has like a, oops, sorry, goodness. Oh, cinematography. It almost has like a vintage note to it. And by that I mean, let me put a little bit, here's what I do. I actually run it along my finger when I squirt the other one out. So that kind of gauge how much I want to put. I usually do that, see? There's, you know, your mileage may vary. Do what's right for you. But it's not just mint. It smells, it reminds me of like a Victorian home smell. Like old roses or like the inside of an old piano. Have you ever smelled the inside of an old piano or like a vintage guitar from like the 1940s? This has that kind of it's complex. It's not just mint. It's got something else. What does it have? I don't even, it's got a bunch of stuff on there I'm not going to read. But I love it. It smells vintage. It smells like an old Victorian home, like a clean, woody, I like it. Whatever it is. Good job, Cremo. And as I look around, I think that's it. Got my show and tell out of the way. Showed you the 1930s shaving cream fail. Sorry, Brisk. Showed you the Kennedy razor, which I will show more of when I get the full set. And I think that's it. Oh my goodness. Well, thanks for joining me, everybody. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, leave a comment. I read them. If you have any questions, send me a question. You can reach me at sinatralennon@gmail.com. It's that easy. So thanks for watching. I really appreciate it, guys, and I'll see you next time. See you on Monday.